Hello guys, today we make a sourdough. I have already posted the video about sourdough. In that video I use different ingredients like yogurt, honey or sun-dried grapes. And also I post the video about the yeast, fresh yeast, directly from apples or fresh grapes. Today we make the sourdough in the traditional way, only using flour and water. But because the flour now receives some treatment, we need to find a fresh barley or fresh wheat. So the field behind me is a barley field, but we will use the wild barley like this one. Please be careful when you collect it, don't collect the low one because the dog can pee on the grass. Please be careful. So now we collect some of these and we go in the kitchen to go ahead with the recipe. In this green water we have the wild yeast that we collect from the wild barley. So in the mixer I put 100 ml of water, milliliter of water, and two, I don't know the name, the barley that we collect on the field. I mix it, I filter, and this is the water that we use for our starter. In this jar I put 50 grams of flour. In my case is hard wheat durum flour, I don't know in English, but you can use the flour that you have at home, classic white flour, normal one, plain flour. 50 grams of flour and 30 milliliter of this water. The other one, the remain, we will use tomorrow, so you need to put in the fridge until tomorrow. When we mix the water with the flour, we close the lid and we leave the jar at room temperature on the kitchen like this. Every 8 hours you need to stir, mix again the dough. And tomorrow we, I hope that is the right translation, we refresh or we refit or we fill up our starter. So see you tomorrow. When you open it and hear this sound like when you open a beer, mean that the fermentation, so the yeast start working your flour, and this perfect. Probably is not always like this, depend also on the temperature that you have at home. Now I have 20 Celsius degree. If you have a little bit more, will be faster. If you have less degree, will be very slow. So 21 Celsius degree is the, we can say, perfect temperature. Now we need to fit our yeast, our sourdough. So I will add 50 grams of flour and 25 milliliter of the water that we get yesterday from the wild barley. We mix everything together very well. We cover and we should wait every 8 hours. Remember to mix again the dough. I will put also a sign here. In this way we can check if it's growing or not. See you tomorrow. And in 48 hours we have our yeast or our sourdough. Half I will use to make very famous Italian bread. So remember to subscribe to the channel, to click on the bell In this way, when I will post the video, the next video, you will receive the notification. So what we should do now with the yeast, so half I put apart for the new recipe, for the next recipe. The other half I will keep feeding it. So I will put again 50 grams of flour and 25 milliliters of water. I will mix very well, I will close with the lid again, and I will store in the fridge. So next time that you want to bake a bread, you do the same. Take half of the wild yeast, use for the bread, and the other half you keep feeding it. 50 grams of flour and 25 milliliters of water. Okay guys, see you in the next video because we will make the pane di Altamura, spectacular bread from Italy.